using a phone. Mum using a phone. Caution. Here we go.
Yeah, you got thrown on stage for doing that. In Bradford.
In Bradford, yeah.
Right, this is a different pace for me. It shows my softer side, which you very rarely see, so you're very lucky.
This is underbelly.
Right, this is called Been and Done. I've been there. Those slow nights alone and waiting for the one to arrive, only to fall asleep in front of the TV, dreaming of being the hero, then to wake up in the morning just to go to some meaningless job to have somewhere to be. Distracted by errands to prove resourcefulness only onto yourself as you sit and watch people on the bus or shopping centres, and you make up stories of how adventurous their lives are than your own, hoping that they are just as lonely. I've been there. The life of the party that everyone wants to get a piece of, only to discover that popularity equals zero, and that everyone is your mate within the right circumstance and in the moment until you've decided you've had enough and you want to go. Because everything gets too full on, the rush of adrenaline overthrows logic, to the point where you realise that no one really knows you, that you are complex and filled with so many chemical emotions that you forget yourself, or simply overindulge or retreat to the point where you feel sick and you can't look within the reflection in the morning the next day. I've been there, overworked, drifting in a sea of senseless ambition that only benefits those that suffer. The same struggle of responsibility marked by adulthood, but are too afraid to bridge the gap, for we are raised not to know any other form of communication, but to scream and yell when things don't go our way, to demand, to control everything within our reach, for we are brainwashed into believing we're entitled to everything, and that our actions hold no consequence, for the length of our lives is remembered for its enjoyment and nothing else. I've been there, holding out for something that will never happen, waiting on someone to change their mind or simply to be in the right place, to be the means to an end. The knight in shining armour who appears at the right point to win when all seems lost, yet never to be found, for confusion runs thicker than blood these days, and we find to our dismay that we are just as bewildered as everyone else, and those who came before us, as we aim to make it up as we go along through levels of insanity and shades of chaos. I've been there, heartbroken and weary of love's eccentricities, only to find that it is one-sided, selfish and manipulative, knowing full well that it conquers in all that we partake in, to the point where its strength leads to our demise, that we beg for it willingly, always ready for the kill, to fill the imbalance, for we think it gives our existence credit and meaning, although it's as useful as a chocolate fireguard in moments of uncertainty that leads to internal brutality. I've been there, constantly in fear of opinions and thoughts of other people, so much so that I don't leave my room and intend to stay within the fantasies of others, for the reality seems more artificial than the imaginations of the damned, who like myself were simply too sensitive to atone to the hell of our fellow man and woman and lead us to the conclusion that we're better off alone. I've been there, torn and frayed, tormented and strayed, demented, out of line, crazed, engulfed by a world only to remain fully functional and easy to approach, when every moral fibre of my being wants to lose this imprisoning image of flesh and bone and ascend into the cosmos, only to stay more insane by the timidity and emptiness of one's burning flame, like a hopeless posing prancer. It seems it's the same situation for all of us, but there are never any answers. Thank you for having me.